Alright, my name is Mike Waxman. I have no education whatsoever, not even school. Forget about engineering. Experience, a little, and that's about it. The engineering thing started really out of necessity. Working on a CD, a project with my wife, and we were recording, and we had a real, supposedly, engineer who helped me actually build this place, and I don't know really what a real engineer is unless there's actually a certificate when you go to school, but a lot of people I know don't have any certificates. And he got hired at a big studio, and he left us high and dry, and out of necessity I had to learn how to turn on the gear, boot up the computer, and find out what sounds good and what doesn't. And that's really how I started doing this for real.
How long ago was that?
About 7 years ago.
So really, that's not that long ago.
Yeah.
And this is something that it's not like you're educated. What is your background like? What were you educated for? What did you do before then?
Musician. I was always a musician. I was always into the... I mean, it's not fair to say I never engineered before. I've always tweaked my board when I was out doing live gigs. I was always the guy who had the sound system and was EQing everyone's mics and trying to dial things in. So I had a grasp on what was right and wrong, at least. As far as true engineering and the studio side of it, and mixing, and even knowing what a compressor does and how to do it, I had really no real knowledge about that. It was all pretty basic live sound stuff, and that was out of necessity too.
So when you're trying to educate yourself, I know this is, okay, 7 years worth of education, trying to exactly describe how you did that, but what kinds of things did you do to teach yourself how to do this?
Read a lot of manuals. I was very fortunate too. When we started recording the CD that I was forced into learn how to operate the studio, I was fortunate into meeting some really great people that were the staples in the business in South Florida. My friend Dan Warner, who is now calling me now as we speak. He's sending a text. That's Dan. When I met Dan, didn't realize how big he really was in the industry as far as what kind of talent he has. I've known a lot of people in my life that have had talent, that are great talented guys. I have talent. This one has talent. That guy has talent. This became another level of talent and know-how and studio savvy, just doing the right thing at the right time perfectly. An incredibly talented guitar player with a ridiculous ear, perfect pitch, plays unbelievable. Anyway, being friends with a guy like that led me to being friendly with other guys in the industry and being able to pick their brains and ask them, hey, what do you use on this? What kind of mic do you suggest? Another friend that he had is the drummer in the industry, one of the greatest drummers in the country that does sessions, Lee Levin. His knowledge of how to get great drum sounds was just second to none. There's no even close second place to these guys as far as how they track, how their stuff sounds. The people that they're associated with are the top guys in the industry. I've been very fortunate. So over the years, I've been able to pick these guys' brains and say, hey man, how are you getting that sound? How did you do that? How did you do that trick on this production? It's been very, very lucky.